tonight. It's more Run BTS, and we are moving forward, and this is a continuation of the 50th episode celebration. It don't take me but like 2 seconds to forget it. I just have really terrible short-term memory. Anyways, the last episode ended before they do the jump, which I love it. I really wish they would do the jump every time, but they don't. But it is one of my favorites. So again, this will be episode 51, and it is the 50th episode special. Part two. There we go.
Basically part 3 because they had 2 parts for the first part.
Exactly. Anyway. So anyway, without further ado, we hope you enjoy.
도착했습니다. 꿈과 희망의 그곳인가요? 여긴 마법의 나라입니다. 마법의 나라. 그렇죠.
So they ended up at this place.
Of course, at night, otherwise they'd be hassled.
Oh, exactly. What was it called? They usually show the name
Lottie
of the place. Huh?
Lottie World.
Lottie World.
데뷔하고 처음입니다. 데뷔하고 처음이라고요? 아니, 우리 행사하러 왔었어. 그렇습니다. 우리 왔었습니다. 아무튼 놀러
So they said that was the second time they were here.
다 같이 갔었잖아요. 그렇죠. 기억납니까? 야.
Did they even do an episode here?
No,
They just visited.
They visited.
맞아. 스냅백 쓰고 막 사진 찍힌 거 있네 막. 야, 어떻게 그랬습니까? 모두가 시꺼먼 옷을 입고 왔었죠. 맞아요. 근데 하나같이. 저 죄송한데 여기 아무것도 안 보이거든요. 이거 좀 어떻게 해주시면 안 될까요?
He can't stay still. Yeah, I hope you don't really like roller coasters very much.
아무것도 이거 제대로 써주세요. 아, 눈 여기 있네.
I really love the frog ears. The frog ears are cool.
The dog hat's my favorite.
She likes the dog hat, and then we do have the rabbit ears.
함께 달려오신 방탄소년단 분들을 위해서 제작진이 케이크를 일단 준비했습니다.
진짜요? 자, 여러분 50회입니다.
That's a pretty cake. I'd eat it.
Yeah, and my favorite color too, blue. The hat almost bumped into the cake, didn't it? That hat's just top heavy. Serious. Okay, they're gonna ride 3 attractions. Worth of prize.
와, 이거 열심히 해야 된다. 50만 원 상당이요? 자유이용권 주는 거 아니야? 10장?
Don't try to trick us.
진짜요?
This says a lot about the production team or the directors or whoever does this crap.
I mean, they've all said it at least once.
Exactly.
얘기 좀 듣고 합시다.
And hearing it from Suga and RM especially is like, wow, this is serious.
Okay, so they did draw for their positions.
Yeah,
Okay.
내가 나눠주고 왔어.
I would have just stuck with whoever had the certain hat on because we had 2 bunnies, 2 frogs, and 3 dogs. So it would have worked with just whoever was wearing your hat.
뭐가 3개예요? 그러면 A랑 B 중에 누가 토끼를 쓰고 누가 개구리를 쓰지 지금 정해야 됩니다.
Pick which team will wear.
B가 개구리.
Well, you can't because the team
가겠습니다.
with 3
Just got
has
to wear
to,
dogs.
they have to wear the dogs because there's 3. I don't know how they'd have done it if everybody, if there was 5 people with like rabbits and 1 frog and, 1 dog head. How would they do that? You know, Cookie probably was upset he lost his rabbit ears.
I'm sure when they got done with the episode, he said, "Can I have my rabbit ears
Give me
back?"
my rabbit ears back. Exactly.
It's being Cookie had the rabbits, and Hobie and Sugar had the frogs.
풍선껌을 못 부시는 분이 계신가요?
풍선껌이요?
저요.
배우면 돼요. 풍선껌을 못 부는 사람? 풍선껌을 못
It's pretty
부는
simple, actually.
풀수 있어요.
Okay, wait a minute.
불어요.
So they're asking them if they brought gum with them? You mean they didn't even bring gum for a gum competition? I have no words.
야, 다 불 수 있어? 풍선껌 못 부는 사람이 어딨어? 야, 너 25년 살아서 풍선껌도 안 부르고
Either you learn or you fail the challenge. That's just the simple thing.
첫 번째 놀이기구를 향하여 이동해 보도록 하겠습니다.
달려라! 풍선껌 알려줘야지.
Baby, you can't get on him. Oh, you can go over there. Okay, baby, watch out, don't step on him.
아, 의지할 사람도 없어.
No matter rely on you.
Y'all, we have got a crisp picture.
I'm sure.
I'm telling you, I guess maybe they changed their camera quality or their cameras at this point.
넌 들어라.
제가 맞춰야지 내가. 그럼 그치 넌 맞춰야지.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
You know, Sugar should be like totally used to wearing those big heads because he always has to wear the BT21 outfit.
중간으로 하지 왜 마지막으로 했어요?
문제를 내실 분은
정말 문제 내는 거야?
태영 씨 고소공포증 있나요? 전혀 없죠.
눈이 튀어나왔어요. 형이 걱정돼 죽을라는데요? 근데 고소공포증
Yeah, well, everyone except Cookie's afraid of heights right now, so.
이런 건 없어요. 그냥 높은 데서 이제 아래 봤을 때만 좀 약간.
I'm scared of looking up and down.
저까지 올라가요.
Yep.
나만 봐요, 나만. 괜찮아요? 아 감독님 이거 타보셨어요? 아 근데 이거는 좀. 안 무서웠어요? 에이 무서웠어요.
I'm sure they were.
Oh yeah.
자 먼저 할 팀. 우리 그 A팀. Let's get it.
야 이쪽이 약간 우승 후보팀이에요.
캐.
사실 나도 뭔다.
봄 가르키 캐 봄 가르키 캐. 보자.
They're so
자신
nutty.
있어요? 타는 건 자신 있는데 설명이 자신 없어요. Let's get it. Let's 가르키 캐.
All right, so one will be John Cook will be asking questions to Tay, which is going to be on the other side, and they have to get the answers.
He's got to get the word.
The word while they're on the ship.
엄청 높이가 생각보다가
Right.
아니라.
생각보다 되게 높고요. 뭐라고? 거의 저 끝까지 갈 걸 저 위에 천장?
요를레이 이러면 안 되나? 패스.
Pass. Pass.
패스.
문제야 패스야. 오늘 달려라 방탄. 그 추가로 내일. 아니.
No,
오야 너무 올라가.
I don't like those rides.
오늘 롯데월드. 아니 무슨 특집이냐고.
But you got two on there who don't care.
합쳐서
달려라
방탄 50회 특집. 예스.
Okay, he got it.
아야 무섭다. 야 그 햄버거.
And we have one of these at a nearby
받는 거 아니야?
park in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's called Carowinds. And I think they still have this ship. That one, if I can remember, and I haven't been to Carowinds in a while, it does the same thing, but it would eventually get all the way up to the top. And it would come back down. And then next time it would get to the top. And I mean, you're hanging upside down. And then it would go completely over. So it was pretty scary.
사이드 메뉴.
Side dish.
I got that one.
나왔다. 이제 높게 치는 거 끝났어.
Jimin is shook. The hubby looks shook looking at this thing.
정사각형 말고 정사각형.
오 야.
I just seen Sugar swallow hard.
Sugar gulped as a
He
no.
did. He gulped real bad.
See, oh no.
사자가 국을 끓이면 사자후. 사자가 국을 끓이면.
Pun in Korea. I don't understand their puns, but I'm not
It's
Korean.
word puns. Like we have word puns.
Oh, they did good.
They got 4.
내 문제.
Yeah.
야 많이 맞췄네.
And they only had to pass on the first one because I think
Jungkook didn't really know how to describe yodeling.
He should have just yodeled.
Look, there he goes.
또 찬다고?
Yeah, I'm right again.
Yeah, they're gonna go right again.
Just like I'll go to Jimin said no.
Yeah, Jim is like, oh,
No.
할수 있어.
도망가자.
I'm with Jimin. I'd have to stay on the ground.
나 탈 때도
one time and one time only.
One time only.
진짜 자신 없다 나는.
호아 믿는다.
And if I'm gonna sit on the side, I'm gonna sit on the squish side with them 4. Okay, the tighter the better.
베이컨. 미치게 너 먹는 얇은 고기 4글자.
Okay, so RM is asking these 2 right here, Suga and J-Hope. Of course, they're answering the questions. The other 3 are writing for pure fun.
고기 4개. 일본 가서 먹는 거 얇은 거 고기. 고기야.
Beef.
패스. 야 뭐라? 이 앞에 있는 사람 누구야? 앞에 있는 사람 감독님. 무슨 감독님?
What director?
What's he holding on to though? He's holding on to something like this, just the 2 fingers.
Exactly.
감독님.
See, that's real pricey.
카메라. 초록색 과일.
I know what Jen's trying to do. Okay,
I mean, he's been up there for a few minutes, and yeah, he's just now making his out.
why are you now going,
Okay, Cookie and Vay are just loving themselves. They get a free show,
How many times do you get to go to a park for free?
and your friends are dying.
Yeah.
작은 거.
See, they're loving it. And the other 2's crying.
작은 거 요만한 거.
I don't know.
야 뭐를 먹자.
They don't want to look. I mean, I feel them. I don't want to look. Looking up and down is
I don't
bad.
know which is scarier, looking up or down. I look like I'm going into the sky, and then I look like I'm going into the ground. I just don't do.
Exactly.
지금 저한테 없는 게 뭐예요?
You don't have the snail.
Confidence. Courage. Peace.
3 letters. Yep, Hubby checked out. His soul left his body.
He logged out.
He did.
His soul gravitated and sucked back in. For the time being.
Yep.
야 너네 한 문제 맞췄어.
We just got one.
형에게 지금 필요한 건 뭐 용기.
And we kept asking, was it kiwi? I don't think they ever said what the green fruit was, did they?
It was kiwi.
It was kiwi?
The thing is, they said green grape, but it's smaller. Kiwi is smaller than a
Yeah,
green
kiwi's
grape.
like this big.
야 자리 한번.
뭐가 안 무서워? 진짜 무서운데.
나 준비됐어?
들려? 아 들리는데 아.
Jimin, listen.
Them 3, riding for fun.
Tay says, my bestie needs me.
He did, so they swapped. Him and Jungkook swapped.
And he's holding Jimin from dear life.
Now, you'll notice Jimin is okay until he's looking at the ground. Isn't that right? Was it the
Yeah,
ground?
until he's looking at the ground, that's when he panics.
잘 들어야 돼.
지민아 그대는
You are what?
노래 그대는 아.
And you can tell which way because you can see the building in the back, right back here. That is when he's freaking out because he's looking at the ground.
Oh, I understand. That'd be me and you.
모나리자 아니야? 무서워.
Is it Mona Lisa without the eyebrows?
Please give a question, you can't hear him, he's screaming so much.
He just needed to time the questions when they weren't looking at the ground.
Yeah.
He needed to time it when Jimin was looking at the sky.
Exactly.
뭐라고? 문제.
So he's okay.
And then, to get up,
He sees the ground.
the two next to him.
Tay and Jungkook.
They're loving it.
문제 뭐라고요?
Yes, they are.
Big brother's freaking out. That's the first time they ever see it.
뭐라고요?
야 이게 정신 차렸어.
No, you logged out.
Okay. Did y'all just see that? Hobie just said, hey, this is when I pulled myself together. His soul left his body. Okay. He logged out. That was a lie. Hobie.
아, 이 팀 안에. 아, 죽을 뻔했어.
I mean, you almost died too.
죽을 뻔했대.
아, 내 빨리.
It's like, get me off of
And
this
he literally,
thing.
he dropped and fell.
There is a picture where he fell after he got off of that.
야, 너 진짜 웃겼어.
Now, here's what I don't like. Now,
그래 이때도 자기 정신 차리는
you'll see a comment in a second, and I don't particularly I'm not fond of this kind of comment.
죽을 뻔했어.
Now, you see, these two were just freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
They were just freaking out on the ride, Suga and Hobie. Not knocking them. I would be the same way. I'm not good with heights. RM's comment is, he had no will. He wasn't willing to hear. But yet your own team were also freaking out. So I guess they didn't have the will to hear either.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, they got
one question.
They got one question right. So, yeah. It's really an unfair comment. I totally agree.
Really, it's rude.
It really is.
First, if somebody who has a fear of falling in heights, that's rude. And he
wasn't the only one.
Nope, he wasn't the only one.
Yeah, that's
So,
a good point.
Like I said, that's not nice. He never said that about Sugar or Hubby.
No.
Did you catch that?
And they were freaking out quite a bit. They only got one correct.
But yeah.
And Hobie all but passed out.
Yeah, and the one that gets the comment is Jimin.
Exactly. So,
I think you get my point here.
진짜 웃겼어. 너 안 울었냐?
안 울었어요.
그래?
하나도 안
나랑 우성이
울었는데요.
울었어.
야!
현재 1등은 B팀, 그다음에 2등은 C팀, 3등은 우리 A팀.
I tell Lexi all the time, okay, when Hobie talks sometimes, he sounds like he's singing to me. That would be that version of that. Let's hear that one more time. Okay, coming up is when he sounds like he is singing to me. And I'm not talking about harmony. It just sounds like he's singing. I can't explain it.
현재 1등은 B팀, 그다음에 2등은 C팀, 3등은
It sounds like he's singing to me.
아니 왜 아무도 비명을 안
They
질러?
did shout though.
I told you. We cried.
여러분 이게 시작이라고 합니다.
아 재밌겠다.
Cookie and V don't care.
자, 이번 게임은 그럼 어떤 팀이 제일 먼저 하시겠어요?
아, 저희 팀 가죠, 저희 팀.
네, 저희 팀이 간답니다.
그쵸. 지금 제일 꼴등인 팀
Okay, so
가죠.
this is the bubble, right? Is it not? This is they have to blow a bubble, and it has to be. They have to take a picture of it as they're coming down this flume. This is what it is.
조심해 주시고요. 안전벨트 꽉, 소지품 뒤, 그리고 몸은 꼭 뒤로. 다시 말합니다. 출발.
That was a poor effort because every person I've ever seen at a park who does these rides, they sound bored and they sound tired. They do not sound upbeat.
No, in America anyway, they may
At least in America.
sound they may sound totally
Joyful.
having an awesome day in South Korea,
But not here.
Not in America.
So people who work here, that was a poor effort. In South Korea, probably perfect.
Yeah, exactly, because they'd just be like, la, 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 la,
They sound so
la.
bored and not into it. I'm like, why do you work here?
Exactly.
You're dulling my mood.
Exactly, you're ruining this for me.
이게 필요한 거 뭐? 용기.
출발했다.
At least few places I've been, they've all sounded bored.
They really did, especially when you go to the fair.
탑승 중에 물에 티가나 손에 옷이 젖은 손님은 출구 계단 좌측의 건조기를 이용하여 주시기 바랍니다.
I say they're
그러면
acting like that's
여러분은
how they do there.
Yeah.
Not here.
That's not something we get here.
They must be enthused.
I'd love to visit there then. Or live there because I can't take people here a lot of times. They sound so bored.
Okay, side note as well on this one, we just said this is like a bubblegum blowing thing. There's one person amongst the BTS members who cannot blow a bubble. That will be RM. Okay, there they go with their bubbles. And this actually is just a practice round, I believe.
Yeah, and they didn't tell them it was a practice round.
No. There goes with the non-communication of the directing producer crew. Director, thank you.
This is not the real game. Why didn't you say so?
Exactly.
You should have told them when you get on this boat, you need to see where the flash happens. This is a
Exactly.
practice round only. That wasn't communicated at all. So they thought that they were doing
They were doing
challenge.
the actual thing. They blew their bubbles. No, just practice.
Yeah,
Nobody
so,
relayed that.
Yeah, ain't that something?
좀 지내라.
앞다리 봐라.
Like that, we can't make this up. Yeah, you didn't say that.
Yeah, now this is the real mission. Yeah, that would have been helpful to know.
오, 야, 왜 기우냐? 사람이 많이 타서 그런가? 야, 사람 많이 타면 더 기우냐? 오, 야, 왜 그러냐?
V's laughing.
예상하는데 호석이 형도 이 얘기 딱 하고 있을 거예요. 뭐. 아, 이건 별로 안
I think Sugar was more afraid of this one, wasn't he?
이윤기 형은 이러고 있을 거예요.
He didn't like it, yeah.
괜찮다 이러고 있을 거예요.
야, 마음 편하게 먹어. 눈 떠, 눈
Let's
떠.
relax.
떠봐. 어디야?
Him and Hubby don't like this.
But yet they bungee jumped.
저 풍선껌 못 불어.
At least they were like still on the
Why
ground.
would they not let Suga and Hubby ride with RM? They're in the same group as him. They made him ride by himself. That's so mean.
The first time around?
Yes. See, everybody, Jungkook and Tae were with Suga and Hubby, and they made RM ride by himself.
Maybe it was because he can't blow up.
He could have attempted.
I can't pretend to even know what their director, producers, or
Oh,
whatever
that's mean
think.
to leave him by himself. I mean, that's lonely. Yes. Oh.
터졌어.
The bubble popped.
몰라, 터졌어. 조중에.
I don't know. I did it in the middle.
차니까 무섭다. 오, 야, 암흑인데.
Right, that's why you usually need people with you.
Exactly.
다 맞았어.
There you go.
다 젖었어 몸이. 일차적으로 얼굴만 막았다.
Dirt's
아, 나
wet
아까
because when we ride the I think they're called the logs at Carowinds. It ain't just your shirt that gets wet.
카메라 좋겠다.
Poor RM, he got right by himself. That ain't right.
I wouldn't want to do that just for fear of there's a whole lot of room in there for me
야,
to.
눈 감아서
Fall
못 봤다.
out.
어딘지.
자, 이제 진짜 시작입니다. 자신 있어요? 자신 있어요?
저 껌을 씹을 시간을
야, 잘 알아서 잘 부풀려.
다녀와.
껌 씹을 시간을
Give me time to chew the gum. Exactly. Use your teeth.
Well, I mean, they gave you the time for the time and the practice. Unless they didn't give you the gum, then that's
Yeah,
cheating.
why'd they all get out and now they're getting back in again? What is that about?
That was nice of Jimin and Jin to ride with RM. I mean, because they had already completed theirs.
Okay.
야 정구야 이렇게 하자.
See, that's the appropriate way to do it. They make people ride by themselves. They had to do a cool pose.
Yes, with the very safe bubble. Do small, because if you blow it too big, it could burst. This gum is really chewy. That's the best blowing bubble gum. Actually, it's hard with chewing gum. It's better with bubble gum. It's bubble. Do you think it's a bubble? It's not a bubble.
Well, y'all
it's just
should have
flat.
helped him understand how to blow a bubble. Then instead of saying, no, that's not a bubble.
They said he was 25. Maybe they feel like he's beyond bubble learning.
It's pretty easy. You just stretch the gum and blow.
You blow into, I know.
They should explain it that way.
I don't know. He doesn't drive either, though, so. Okay, Sugar's saying his popped. We will revisit this.
오빠, 참고로 앞자리 생각보다 많이 튄다. 응원할게. 가는 거냐?
That's alright, it cools him off. He was sweating earlier with the power.
That is pretty high, though, when you think about it. Look, it was like almost at the ceiling.
I like that though.
That's how the logs are, except this was the, what do they call it? The loom?
I think.
Flume or something.
와우! 와우! 아무래도 실패한 것 같아요. 나는 누구 여긴 어디?
Well, at least you weren't being graded.
They weren't expecting a bubble from him.
사진 인화가 나왔습니다.
이건 뭐 일체 사실 없이
네.
제가 판단했을
We're gonna have to make some points here.
Yep.
분팀과
Okay.
And this is people with eyes.
Yes.
These are people who can actually see.
진팀 확실하게
Now, pay attention to this picture. Alright. Now, yeah, Jen looks like a deer caught in headlights. But you see what their gum looks like, right?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Okay. You see the color?
Yeah. The pink bubble. The pinky bubble. Okay. 2 bubbles with the bubble gum at the right time. Well, of course, they all blew before, I'm thinking, just where they can make sure they got it in time. All right. They passed. Okay. I think it was taken right before it popped because Sugar's popped.
No.
Do you see a bubble here?
No.
Okay, bubble here. And they knew RM wasn't going to give them one because RM can't blow a bubble. There is no bubble here. Okay, let me just... So, as you can tell...
There's no bubble.
There is no bubble. And he admitted, oh, you know, I busted. Okay, no bubble. They're not going to expect nothing from RM. Bubble.
Do you see what's there is his tongue?
Exactly. That's it.
That's not the same color as the bubble down there that Hobie's blowing.
No. Okay, let's remember that. All right, here we go. Listen.
그럼 실패죠.
They failed. How?
Okay, they failed. Now let's look at their picture.
Now it's small, but it is still a
It's
bubble.
still bubbles.
You can still see the reflection of them.
Yep. Tay had one here, and we seen them as they were coming down. They still had the little bubbles.
They had a camera on the boat to see that they had a bubble. The thing is I think the fact that they turned straight was the problem. If they had stayed sideways like everybody else, then you'd see that there was a bubble.
It might have been, but clearly
They had a bubble.
they had bubbles.
So
잠깐만 이거
one
Okay.
team actually failed.
So Tay and Jungkook were said to have failed. Jimin and Jin passed.
뭐 여기서 실패했으니까 아무
And
없네.
the other team passed.
Did they already say they passed?
Yeah.
보자.
So, and no, throwing no shade at Sugar. His bubble was not there. I'm sorry.
It was popped already.
And J-Hope was the only one that had it. His had already popped. So they should have failed. They should have passed, and they should have passed. Like I say, throwing no shade to Sugar. This is the directors. Okay,
They're not
So
fair.
they just got cheated out of a win for that, and they were given a freebie basically because Sugar's unfortunately did pop, and he admitted it on the way down. He said, "I think it may have flashed after it popped or before it popped. I think is what he said.
His bubbles already popped.
It wasn't there. Okay, anybody could see it, and if you listen to, I think Jimin had said that we already missed it. He said no, there's bubbles.
Yeah,
you can see the bubbles.
You can see the light reflecting off of the thin layer of the gum when they were blowing into it.
And maybe it was like you said. Maybe it was because they weren't sideways. I don't know. Clearly, they had bubbles.
Because you could see the camera view on the boat. Mm-hmm. It was when they were sideways turning towards the camera, which they shouldn't have done. You could see the bubbles.
The bubbles were there. So we all saw it.
Like I said, that was unfair.
So they won. Theirs. Yeah.
저세명 좋아하니까 왜 이렇게 웃기냐? 바로 다음 장소로 넘어가나요? 가보자.
So yeah, that was an unfair lose and
So anyway, we already got an unfair loss and an unfair win.
자, 그래서 미션이 뭔가요?
but they're different words.
I guess so. This one was difficult.
점수가 제일 낮은 팀부터 하죠. 제일 높은 팀부터 해야 되나? 아니야, 낮은 팀.
Just go in the way you want to go.
Exactly, it doesn't matter.
오케이.
Y'all gonna go anyway.
자, 갑시다. 제일 낮은 팀 누군데요? 가세요.
Okay, so they're gonna want the one with the lowest points to go first, which they're saying is
아직 보면 안 돼요.
okay. So it's going to Tae and Jungkook.
내가 탈게 앞에. 나 함정만 타라 내 옆에.
자, 안내면 징어 가위바위보. 오케이. 무조건 외우겠습니다.
Okay, so they got two different cards with different words on it each, in which to memorize, and then you'll see after the ride what they have to do. So they have to memorize
The words given on their paper.
while riding this roller coaster.
As someone with a fear of falling in heights,
But there was the light, kept saying, I don't know how to do it because it was dark in there, but there is the light behind the camera, I believe.
yeah, it's not shining on the paper though.
No,
So that'd be hard to read.
it really would be.
위에 있다. 이거 있다.
In bye.
Jimin looks shook.
쿵 떨어져?
Does it drop? Yes, I think so. Yeah, it drops.
It's a roller coaster. Most of them
It's a drop. It's a corkscrew. It's something.
같이 해보자. 오야 진짜로.
Jimin looks so shook, I swear. And the thing is, you ain't gotta hear people screaming over each other. You can actually hear how loud the ride is. That's what's scary.
Everybody riding a roller coaster hears that ooh sound.
They're so focused on this whole thing.
Yeah, they're not even paying the ride no attention, really. Memorizing.
보통이 아닌데.
Yeah,
It's so loud.
Because people are not overlooking the sound of the roller coaster. Everybody talks
Well,
over it.
it's not full of screaming people
That's what I mean.
too.
It's a mean that like people around you are talking, and then people are screaming on the ride, so you can't hear how loud the ride is.
Exactly. I mean, you can, but it's sort of kind of blends in with all the screaming, I guess, and all the crowds talking and stuff.
금방 왔네.
벌써 나왔어?
They're here already? Oh, yes.
야 저기서 외우네. 야 여기서 외우네.
배웁니다.
Now they need to stop at that point. They all need to stop evenly.
딴말하고 있어 지금. 둘 다 딴말하고 있어.
자 과연 니, 개, 는, 아, 루, 꿈, 위, 이, 충, 기, 한, 간, 분, 잇, 시. 뭔 말이야?
Is it a foreign language?
No.
천천히 한 글자씩 해주세요. 천천히.
And you got Jimin saying, hey, just say it slower.
Just concentrate. Say it slower.
Say it slower.
He's not even on.
He's
the
not
same
on that team. Exactly.
That's very. What's the word? Considerate.
Angelic.
Yeah.
Supportive. What's
Yeah.
another one?
Encouraging.
Encouraging. The list goes on.
So yeah, like I said, that's very considerate.
Exactly.
And who was the one that got the considerate award?
I think it was RM. You sure it wasn't RM that was saying that?
루, 꿈, 위, 이, 충, 기, 한, 분, 간, 이, 잇.
뭔 소리야 이게? 뭐 수류탄이 있다고?
Did they say they have a bomb?
말이
Are
되게
y'all terrorists secretly?
내가 볼때 태희가 몰라 지금.
나 지금 왜 이렇게 작은 니는 지금이라고 생각이 나지?
니는 지금
Well, it's just hard to see, really.
지금 뭐 하는데?
He may have got confused with one letter.
There's no telling.
모르겠지.
Cookies like, dang it.
실패.
That's, I mean, it's easy if you're good at memorizing.
Yeah, and we can't say if they got it right or wrong because we don't know what in the heck they were memorizing. I don't read Korean.
길어. 야, 그럼 이대로 다 실패하면 우리가
10 letters long, I think they just said.
Alright, there you go.
가자! 지민, 파이팅! 야, 어떻게 맞춘다. 야, 빨리.
That's right, be encouraging. Be positive.
Exactly.
Alright, so now they're memorizing. And Jimin's too busy being afraid.
Yeah, brother, I'm scared. Just read.
Detach your mind from it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to either.
I can feel my stomach dropping with the roller coaster. I wouldn't be able
That's
to.
when I told you have to scream on the way down to keep the vomit inside.
I would just feel gravity pulling on me, so that'd make it hard for me to get my mind off it.
Alright, so they're memorizing. Jimin's looking for the
drop.
heel. Yeah, the drop.
He's scared already.
Is it over?
No.
Not
Yeah,
even
it's
close.
a long way.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh. Jin. Jin's dying.
지민이 바이킹보다 틱스패스가 안 무섭다던데.
And Jimin looked right at the
He
camera.
sure did. That was crazy, was it not? He
Yeah.
looked right at them.
He knew where it was.
야, 뭔 소리야 이거?
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, Jin, I don't know.
Jin's having an aneurysm.
He sure is.
나 시작할 때부터 다 배웠어.
I memorized right after we left, so he's sort of kind of enjoying freaking a little.
That was perfect.
It really was.
Yep, no drop.
열심히 외워야죠 지금.
RM, you haven't even been on the ride yet.
He don't know what's going on. He said, y'all need to be
And the
memorizing.
thing is, he doesn't know if they're memorizing or not, and they are memorizing. So,
yeah, well, actually, Jimin made the point that he memorized it right after they.
see, when Jin is not freaking out, he's memorizing.
He's memorizing,
so they're
too.
both memorizing. So how can you make the assumption that they're not memorizing?
Exactly. You're
So,
not on the ride.
A little bit of a
Passing some judgment there.
Yeah, not very considerate.
That's hilarious. They stop right at that little threshold.
It's sudden.
Yes.
롯데월드.
Jimin's just he's dead on the inside, and Jin just can't move.
내는 지금 루이충 한간이.
Okay, now, did anybody say anything to try and confuse Tae and Jungkook when they got back? No.
Nope. Nobody bothered anybody.
They just told the producers they need to stop at a certain time where it'd be even.
And they weren't allowed to start reading it until
They got it, yeah.
the ride started. So,
So,
Tay is all kinds of wrong.
that's cheating and that's unfair and it's wrong, especially when no one did it to you. Now, if it would, now for example, if Jimin did that to you and you're doing it back, that's fine.
Exactly.
Jimin or Jin didn't do anything to you when you came back. They didn't try to trick you or anything. Jimin actually encouraged you.
Encouraged you. Slow it down. Y'all can get it.
So, this is wrong on a lot of levels. As a person
Yeah.
who's very competitive.
Exactly.
And I want fairness on all board.
Exactly.
So, Tay, you're wrong for
Tay,
this.
you was wrong. Shouldn't done that.
내는 지금 루이충 한간이.
나 처음 갈 때부터
No.
다
아 그래 내는
That's
지금
not right.
루이충 한간이.
Nobody did that to
한
you
분씩이요.
at all.
천천히.
And he probably confused Jin.
게,
이,
을,
수,
인,
도,
는,
것,
만,
으,
로,
미,
마, 은,
이,
미,
축.
제.
뭔 소리야 이거? 뭐? 마무님이 축제?
다시 하세요. 네.
어.
난 진짜 자신 있어.
나 까먹었어 방금.
나 출발할 때부터 받았었어.
내는 지금 루이충 한간이.
And again.
Stop it.
함,
게,
미, 안 하다.
And then Jin just gave up.
Jin just gave up.
함께 있을 수 있다는
Against Jimin's
것만으로 이
support.
마무님이 축제.
야,
맞아.
야.
맞추면 되잖아.
I don't even think you really have to understand what I'm going to say with this comment.
Yeah, it's okay as long as I say the right answer. This is an RM here. And I understand Army's going to say, it's all in good fun.
Last time I checked, that seemed a little egotistical and narcissistic. If you've been around people like that a lot, which I do, I have been around.
She
many
has
of them.
been, no longer.
Well, I still am presently because I have a bloodline that's like that. Anyway, I know what narcissism looks like, and this is narcissistic. Now, says the person who got the most considerate award.
In the very first part of like the one we did the last time, he got the most considerate, the most angelic.
But yet all he's done right now is be egotistical and has passed judgment.
Yeah, twice already. Well, passing the
3
judgment,
times.
yeah. And then there's, it's okay as long as I say the right answer. Not even my team, I say the right answer. Sometimes it's all about me.
So, yeah. Now, like I said, we're not knocking, but at the same time, that's not the correct award for you if you are anything but considerate, which he hasn't shown anything thus far.
Yeah, no.
Right
if we're going to start from that point moving forward, then, yeah, no.
So,
맞추면
얘 맞췄으니까 3점만 인정해줘요. 무슨 말도 안.
now, you see what's just happened. They basically failed. Nobody's mad. Jimin's consoling him and comforting him, saying it's okay, it's okay.
He said it doesn't make no sense. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, he got the most considerate award again?
RM.
Okay. Who's been the most angelic and considerate so far right now?
Jimin.
Okay, that goes without
We're just
saying.
going to prove the
Like I
point.
said, that goes without saying. And that's why I say personality means a lot more than looks. Jimin deserves better.
He should have got the angelic award.
He's more of an angel than anybody
It's not
is.
really a hard argument to prove either.
No, I mean, really, they're all angels in their own way, but I can't really name an episode where he hadn't been an angel so far. And off camera, too, because we've seen them when they're about to perform, when they've gotten back from performing on stage, when they're in soup. I mean, you can't really make this stuff up. I mean, it's really hard to make stuff up like that.
괜찮아.
I said not knocking RM,
야,
just
무섭지?
that's not the award for him.
Yeah, no, it's not.
재밌게 잘 갔다 오겠습니다. 재밌게.
And look, now these two are gonna ride. They said, you know what? We're done memorizing. We're gonna have some fun.
And they got on the back, too.
Yeah. And the thing is, we've always made it a rule when we go to amusement parks, we ride in the middle somewhere. We don't want to be in the front to look at us dying first thing, and we don't want to be in the back
To catch any of the flying
to
puke.
catch any of the flying puke. So, yeah.
Don't wanna-
Those two are the scariest positions. We'd rather be in the middle, in
Yeah.
between other people.
Exactly. Some in
제가
front, some in
여기서 이
back.
방송을 끝내겠습니다.
And I think, honestly, when, I actually think I can't remember if it was when Jin and Jimin went up, or if it was when Cookie and Tay went up. But I saw Suga and Hobie doing rock, paper, scissors. And I think it was because whoever lost was going to end up riding in the front. And I
Yeah,
saw
it was for position.
Yeah, it's for position. And Suga said,
Yeah, he was gonna ride by himself.
No,
maybe?
no, he's gonna ride in
Oh, in the front. Okay,
in
that's
front
what
of
it
this.
was.
So he's like, nah, I get a front row seat and I don't want to look.
Yeah, because he was scared. He was scared.
So,
이
Let's
방송
get it.
끝내려 우리가 왔다. 파이팅!
and Jin's gonna ride for fun.
Jin was nice enough to ride beside Hobie, where Hobie didn't have to do it by himself.
Because, I mean, Hobie needs support. He's gonna have to,
He will log out, or his soul will leave his body.
yeah. And Jin needs to make sure he didn't die.
Yes.
So sweet of Jin. Jimmy said,
It's them too.
Jimmy says I'm too traumatized. I can't do it. Let's see, Hobie's already. Don't you need to be memorizing already?
Yeah, RM, why aren't you memorizing?
자, 우리 이따가 하면서 말을 이렇게 다 맞춰야 돼. 이렇게 하면서 아까 이따가 본인 틀려 다 하지 맙시다.
한는 지소가 누구 본다.
여러분 오해하시면 안 됩니다. 저는
I hope he was already memorizing.
안 타는 게 아니고요.
He and Sugar are trying to get their minds off of
체력적으로
this.
지금 많이 지쳐가지고 이게 별로 안 무섭더라고요.
Jimmy, come on now.
I would be more of the, you gotta open your eyes in order to read and memorize.
외롭네.
I feel you, babe. It's lonely there. With nobody there. If he'd be riding by himself, he was to go on with everybody else.
Well, the thing is you lived through it. Don't get on
Don't get on.
and chance that again.
We are Sugar. We don't want to have our eyes open.
Exactly.
We don't want to look. We don't want to look.
On the front,
And the front. This is why we're right in the middle.
Exactly.
We're right in the middle
Is that
for a
really
reason.
just like something they couldn't do?
게 아니라
No.
I'm like, no, I want in the middle.
이렇게 가서 별로 안 무서웠어. 진짠데? 진짠데?
It's alright. We believe you. No, we don't. The drop's coming, Hobie. You're gonna die.
Oh, sugar's
Sugar's like, I need to focus. I need to get mine off this.
Look at poor Hobie.
Oh, it's going down.
He's about to have a coronary.
Oh. Right, Jiven? What Hobie? It just bless his heart. And the little ears on the hats too when they're going. It's so funny. They're all like, look, Jen and Hobie in the back is what's crazy.
I just hated we couldn't see what Tay and Jungkook were doing in the
Oh,
back.
they're probably doing this.
Probably.
They can't hear you. I can't feel my chin because you got your face pressed up against the
He
armrest.
did.
Oh.
One more time it drops
One
down.
drop. Listen to that harmony. Unintentional. Hobie. Sugar don't want to look. Oh, Hobie. Oh. Oh, and logged out. Again.
아 눈물 나.
여러분 즐거운 여행 되셨습니까? 안전빵
Okay, he's not trying to confuse. He's doing the little people about we hope you enjoyed your ride. Please keep your arms and legs in the ride kind of stuff.
모르게 다운 이번에 대면했을 때 또다시니까 되는 게 들어봐
He wanted,
And then
he wanted to play the role.
Jungkook's trying to confuse. Tay's trying to confuse.
Now that's wrong because those three didn't do anything to you. RM didn't try to confuse you when
Nope.
you came back. Sugar didn't try to confuse you when you got back, and Hobie didn't try to confuse you when you got
No.
back. So that is wrong.
And we don't know if they technically even got it right or not because we don't know what they were memorizing. So we don't really know.
Well,
But still.
that's the thing though is Jungkook and Tay lost. The thing is nobody confused them. They didn't
Nope.
try
No, nobody did that. So wrong on y'all too.
for trying to confuse everybody else.
I about called them the Hyungs, but they're not the oldest.
Magnates.
They're the Magnates. I know, I'm bad.
But that's the thing though is that's wrong. Just
Yeah, that's really, let everybody try.
let everybody try fairly.
한, 신, 구, 눈, 에, 써, 지, 은, 니, 토, 속,
The little
에,
voice change.
려, 진, 근, 물, 을, 본, 탑, 니, 따.
And they got it.
잘한다.
Way to go. Congratulate.
This is not difficult.
Now, let's say Suga and RM are basically kind of saying, this was easy. Well, I mean,
There was 3 of them.
there's 3 of y'all, but at the same time is some people are not good at memorizing under pressure.
No.
I'm not good. I mean, I'm good at memorizing things. There's people who are really good at taking tests, and there's people who are bad at taking tests because of the pressure.
Exactly.
So some people, maybe Jungkook, Tay, and Jin really can't really do well with tests because of the pressure. I mean, come on.
And it's okay because that is a pretty common thing.
But this is easy. Why did you fail? That's rude.
I know. And that goes back to something we've said before. Be a person who is...
Positive and
No.
encouraging.
It's the word for being a good winner. Be humble when you win, and don't be a sore loser, So be humble that you won. Don't say, oh, why did you fail? Oh, that was easy, because, everybody works a little differently.
Yeah. So, that was very, very rude.
It really
Especially
is.
when they were congratulated for doing a good
Exactly.
job.
And like we say, we're not dissing as far as the people, okay? It's the action
The
that we're
attitude.
throwing some shade about, okay? It's the action.
I mean, you could have said that it was difficult, but we got it. No.
Yeah.
It was easy. Why did you fail?
And they're in the back clapping, hey, good job. And
And they're
here
being
we are
downed.
being,
They're basically the ones congratulating are being insulted. So, let's finish this episode. Like I said, that was rude. I don't like that kind of attitude. Be humble, loser, and be.
진짜 모델. 진짜.
They still haven't even touched their
진짜
cake
모델
yet.
귀엽다 이거는.
모자의 기운이
When y'all gonna eat?
I guess after.
The cake's been sitting there.
I wouldn't want to eat before a ride myself.
No, but they brought it out a long time ago.
Yeah, at the beginning.
그리고
The flies and gnats have already been eating at it.
Maybe they don't have flies and gnats
Oh,
in
sure
South
they do.
Korea.
진짜 모델 예상이 귀엽다. 아 놀이기구는 되게 잘 탔어.
맞아. 그 미션을 못 풀었지.
너는 되게 그 개구리 지금 보니까 잘 어울린다.
Well, they actually did not fail one, but they were
Yeah, they
failed.
were cheated out of that one.
You know, we can't say that otherwise.
It was a cheat. It really was. Sorry.
이게 형?
And y'all actually didn't really win that challenge either.
아 여기.
Ooh, that's a rickety table. Hello.
I want my cakes in it.
그거 한강에.
Look how excited they get over this ramen cooker.
And yet they're millionaires.
They are in love with this ramen cooker.
오야 진짜?
They're happy about this.
된거 아니야?
Yeah, we can cook ramen in a pot.
라면 3분 끓인 것도 귀찮아.
You're too tired to cook it for 3 minutes.
맛있을 것 같아.
They like the ramen
야, 우리 해외
cooker.
갈 때 끓여 먹자.
그러면 세 분 중 한 명이 들고 다녀주시는 거.
자, 1등 상품. 라면 졸이기. 와, 진짜 부럽다. 정말 축하한다.
There's such humble people when it comes to money.
Yeah.
오늘
자 여러분 이렇게 달려라.
They're excited over ramen cooker.
왜요 여러분 여기
Jim is trying to protect the cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's about to bite the dust.
And look, Jen and Jimmy were pushed right on top of it. They're like, ooh.
Yeah. There's the ramen cooker, guys.
Yes, they're all utilizing it because it's exciting.
I guess.
In the morning, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
너무 기다려야 됩니다. 300초 7명.
They enjoyed it.
2100초로.
2100 seconds. So, that brings us to the conclusion of the Run BTS 50th episode special.
Part 1, 2, and 3.
Part 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe if you're new to our channel. We hope that you find something you like. If you do subscribe, thank you for your time. We appreciate everyone. Be sure to share our videos with your friends and your family, and a thumbs up would absolutely be awesome for us. Until our next video, everybody, peace.